What is going on, beautiful people of the world? My name is Garrett Wolf, and I am the host of the #1 podcast for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs. I've built my body over the last 8 years, and in the last 3 years, I've helped hundreds of online clients shred unwanted fat and embody the best version of themselves. Now, let's jump right into today's show. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Alpha Movement Podcast. This is the #1 show for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, all without giving up the most enjoyable aspects of their life. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how my client, EMO, has just lost 5 pounds in just 1 week. The very first week of us working together, my man has lost 5 pounds of solid, straight up, not solid, but straight up saggy liposomic tissue. He has melted that shit off of his body, and I am so excited for him because he just messaged me this morning saying how stoked he is to lose this 5 pounds on the very first week. And so I wanted to make a podcast episode talking about him, commending him, letting you guys know how he did it, letting you guys know a bit of the things he went through when starting the program, because like I said, this was his very first week, and just kind of letting you guys know a little bit of the ins and outs of being a coach, because there's a few things I want to talk about when it came to helping him lose this 5 pounds. So you guys already know the deal. If at any point during this episode you enjoy what I have to say, or you take some value from this podcast, then please screenshot my face, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare it to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, my boy EMO, he just texted me this morning, literally like 30 minutes ago. He texted me saying he lost 5 pounds. And so I hop into his Trainerize account. I look over. I'm like, yep. He started off the week at 260, and then he ended the week right now. Today is Friday, so he ended the week at 200. Sorry, did I say he started at 260? He started at 265 on Monday, and he ended the week at 260. It is Friday now, so it actually was only like 5 days, right? So it was 5 days he lost 5 pounds. So if you do the math, he lost about a pound every single day. And so I thought to myself at first, I was like, wait a minute. This isn't normal. You shouldn't lose a pound of fat in a week, right? You shouldn't lose a pound of fat every single day. That really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I was a little bit concerned at first, right? Because you would have to be in a 3,500 calorie deficit to lose a pound of fat every single day. So I go back and check. That's why I needed to recheck his Trainerize account to see like what's going on here. And what it was is just that he was very overweight, and he was more overweight than I thought. And I'm not calling him out here. Obviously, we're just laying everything out on the table. I don't like to sugarcoat things. If you guys know me, I'm just straight to the point. This is the truth. He was very overweight. He's a 265-pound male, now 260. I believe he's about 5'10", so it's not like he's super tall or anything. It's just he's got a lot of central fat, right, in his stomach and in his pecs, right, and his love handles, where men tend to carry a lot of their fat. So the thing is that he was just really overweight. And so when you're really overweight and you start a program like this, because as I said, this is the first week of us working together, you're like chronically stuffing your face, right? When you're overweight, you're just eating and eating and eating, and you're in a huge surplus every single day. And so when he finally switched his body and put it into a deficit, he started losing weight like a mad lad, because I got him on 1 gallon of water a day. So he's drinking a lot. He's not getting as many calories because he's filling up his stomach with water. I put him on 10,000 steps a day. And I put him on a 4 times a week workout plan where he's hitting the gym hard, incorporating, it's basically like a push-pull leg split for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you have a rest day, and on Friday, he's hitting calisthenics movements because he wants to create a business that incorporates spirituality and calisthenics all mixed in together in one nice, cool business model. And I think that's absolutely awesome. So he decided to entrust me with his goals and entrust me in helping him create the body that's actually capable of creating such a business. And I could not be more fucking stoked for my homie, because when he started the program, right, he had a lot of doubts, right? He had a lot of worries. And this is what I wanted to get into a little bit in the podcast here, is he had a lot of doubts. He's like, man, I put him on about like I believe it's a 2,400 calorie diet, right? Diet in quotes, 2,400 calories. Right? So he's on a 2,400 calorie diet, and he goes, during the first few days of training, he comes to me, he goes, I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to lose weight on 2,400 calories. It seems like I'm eating a lot, and it seems like if I'm eating this much food, I'm not really going to be able to lose weight. And so he's experiencing all this self-doubt, right? He's not sure. He's not sure if he's going to lose weight. He thinks that you have to be incredibly restrictive, like a 1,600 calorie diet in order to lose weight. He thinks you have to do all these things in order to lose weight. And the job for me as a coach is to have more belief in him than he has in his own self, right? Is for me to be delusionally believing in his ability to lose this weight, that he trusts me over himself, right? And so that's what I did. I texted him back. I said, dude, listen, you don't have to be that restrictive to lose weight. I'm like, you only have to be in like a 100, 200 calorie deficit, especially if we're going for the long term, because I forgot to mention, he's trying to lose 100 pounds so that he can do these calisthenics movements and create this business for himself, right? So we're going for the long term here. He's going on the year-long plan. So he has a lot of time to lose this weight in a healthy manner. Because at first, he wanted to try losing all the weight in just 4 months. He wanted to sign up for the 4-month plan, and I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. There is no way you can lose 100 pounds in 4 months, not in a healthy way. Maybe if you become anorexic or you become bulimic, if you develop an eating disorder, you start throwing up your meals after every single time you eat, you might be able to lose 100 pounds in 4 months. But not in a healthy manner can you lose 100 pounds in 4 months. So I told him, if you want to do it the healthy way, if you want to be able to be healthy without an eating disorder, and you want to actually create this business for yourself, you're going to have to be in it for the long haul. And so I just kept pounding it and being like, yo, you need to be in a 100 to 200 calorie deficit, because that's what's going to really help you lose half a pound to a pound of body fat every single week. And so he agreed. He agreed to it, and it wasn't like this was the end all, because then he still struggled to hit his macros and his calories. Some days he was under, some days he was over. A couple of days, I don't think he really tracked his body stats for me. And so the point of me telling you all this is not to rail him or anything. It's not to call him out, because I know he's going to watch this podcast. I'm not trying to call you out, homie. I'm just saying it's about making 1% progress every single day. And you were in the deep end of being fat, being obese, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat shit, right? You were in the deep end of being fat, being obese, being unhealthy, unconfident. You couldn't even trust yourself. And I could tell he was having trouble trusting himself, because he came to me and he's like, I'm not sure I'm really going to be able to lose weight on this fitness plan. And I'm like, bro, I just wrote out this plan specifically for you. Of course you're going to lose weight on this plan. I know you're going to lose weight on this plan. No question about it, right? And I used to struggle with this kind of imposter syndrome, but now, after helping so many people get results, I really do know. I know for a fact that if you follow my plan, you will lose the weight and you will achieve the weight loss results that you're fucking after, right? Because I've wrote so many of these plans now, I know what works and I know what doesn't work. So I told him just over and over, just follow the plan, bro. Follow the plan, bro. And each day, it's not like he's perfect, but he's getting better and better and better. Maybe the first day he was 500 over, right? Then the next day he was 250 over, the next day 200 over, and then the next day only 100 over. And it's getting 1% better every single day. He's weighing himself. He's tracking his stats for me. He's hitting his water intake. He's hitting his workouts. He's doing everything that he can within his power. He's not doing everything on the plan, but he's doing everything he can within his power to get 1% better every single day. And I couldn't ask for a better client, right? All I ask is that you put in effort to make 1% progress every single day. And that's what he's doing. And so it just is incredibly motivating. It's just super inspiring, because, for me as a coach, to see him actually losing this weight and melting this weight off. He texted me this morning. He's like, dude, I'm so stoked. I've never felt better. I feel so good. I can't wait to see what it feels like to be like 160 pounds again, right? Like, to be able to do these calisthenics bodyweight movements. And that just made me feel so good inside, because I wrote him out this plan. It's not like I'm a rocket scientist, right? It's not like this is crazy fucking science and physics. It's just a simple equation, calories in, calories out. And so I wrote him this plan, and now he's fucking crushing it. And I'm so stoked for him. And one thing that I wanted to mention too is something about my mom, right? And I know this is a complete left turn. That was a terrible transition, and I'm sorry, but something about my mom. Why I used to struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, right, is because she used to tell me, she's like, if you grill into these clients like this, if you keep talking to them like that, if you keep telling them that your plan is going to work and they don't know what they're doing, then they're never going to get results and nobody's going to want to work with you because you're being mean, right? She used to say that shit to me. And I used to kind of get in my head a little bit like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like I wrote the plan. Like this plan is going to work. I know it's going to work. I've tested it on all these people. It's like this is how you do it. It's an equation. And so I struggled a little bit with imposter syndrome because she would say shit like that to me. And it's like at the end of the day, being a good coach is about having delusional self belief in yourself and delusional self belief in your clients. I need to believe that he can lose the weight more than he believes it himself so that he can kind of latch on to my belief and build up his own belief in himself until he finally realizes that he actually is all powerful. He can do whatever he wants, he can create whatever body he wants. And so that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day is just to be a good coach. It's not just about programming, it's not just about diet plans. It's not just about workout plans because you can find that all on the internet, right? You can find all that shit on bodybuilding.com. You can go on YouTube. There's tons of workouts that you could do, right? But at the end of the day, nobody's going to believe in you as hard as a coach will. Nobody's going to believe in you as well as a mentor does. And nobody's going to be there by your side to hold your hand literally as you walk through the finish line and accomplish your fucking goals like an online coach. Not even an in-person trainer does shit like that. An in-person trainer only sees you a couple times a week, right? They do nothing about your diet. They do nothing about your steps. They don't care about your water. They don't track your progress. All they do is teach you, form, and they watch over you and make sure you're doing the exercises properly, which is great, right? But this is why I turn to online coaching rather than in-person coaching, because I believe online coaching is so much more in-depth. It's so much more helpful for people because I literally hold their hand across the finish line and make sure that they're accomplishing their goal. And so it just feels so good and it feels so heartwarming to see my man make some progress and finally make some leeway towards his results, towards his goals that he wants to accomplish. And I can't wait for him to start this fucking fitness business in a year's time. I'm going to be watching it the whole time. I'm going to be by his side, literally seeing him create this business into reality, a year after signing up with me, with my program. And that's why I started all this stuff in the first place, was just to change people's lives. And my kind of grand vision is that I want to transform 1,000 people. I want to get 1,000 before and afters and a nice little folder for myself of just before and afters. Or maybe I'll throw it all on Instagram and you can just click and click and click on my story highlights until you can, into the depths of the graveyard that is the amount of transformations I have. So I'm so excited for this guy, and I just wanted to come on here and commend him really, really quickly. So EMO, if you're watching this, my man, I know it's pronounced emo, but I like saying EMO. So that's what I'm going to say, because emo, everybody knows, is means like the goth, kid who's into metal or whatever, or like he's super sad and depressed. And that's not you, bro. You are not emo. You are EMO. All right, buddy. So that brings us to the end of today's podcast. I just wanted to commend him, come on here, tell you a little bit about the ins and outs of being an online coach, tell you a little bit about my struggles, a little bit about his struggles, and a little bit about how we overcame them by making 1% progress every single day. So I commend you, EMO. Good shit. Keep making progress. And I'm here with you, buddy, to hold your hand across that finish line so that you never fucking get lost. All right, guys. That brings us to the end of today's podcast. This has been a blast. I hope you got some value. If you did get value, please screenshot my face, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare it to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, it has been your boy Garrett Wolf, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace, peace. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value. If you did get value and you want to learn a little bit more about how you can go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, just head over to my Instagram at _Garrett Wolf, DM me the word six-pack, and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace, peace.